Good morning. Welcome back. It's yet another freezing day here in Connecticut and probably a good portion of the world. There is snow in Florida. And it is cold. Everybody's cold. So, a good lesson for all of this is when you have weather like this, it's really good to have things stockpiled that you can work on. If you're any type of a YouTube content creator, and I've not reached that point yet, it's important to have stuff to upload every day. It hurts your channel if you don't. So, this is some of the fruits of my labor. You know, I've been stripping apart the power supplies, and I have quite a bit of very nice copper. Not as much as I'd like, but that's pretty good. This is really very high grade. This came out of those automobile power packs that I wasn't really sure what they were, but I did get quite a bit of this. This will all go as number 2 copper. A lot of computer copper has this kind of lacquer on it. It's not Bare Bright. Bare Bright is something like this. This is Bare Bright. It's thicker. I have to clean that off, otherwise they'll downgrade it to number 2. And that's Bare Bright. Plumbing supplies are Bare Bright, usually. This is Bare Bright. Again, you have to clean the lacquer and any metal off. You've really got to be careful, because what happens is if you don't clean your material and things get into the yard that shouldn't, well, they don't always see it either. And if you watch Non-Ferrous Jeff at all, you would see that he has to go through the piles of extruded aluminum bales that they've made, and he finds nails in there. A buyer can really degrade your entire load, and they're talking about tons and truckloads, and it's really a lot of money. So it's not that they're being hard noses about it, it's that the load will get degraded. That could probably go Bare Bright. So do your best. Try to be fair when you sort, and please understand the position of the yard. All of this computer stuff, this is all lacquered. I throw it all into number 2. At this rate, with having to run the heat like I am, I'm gonna need all this to pay the heat bills. It's cold. Alright, so I did want to show you some of what we've been working on. I have more. Again, you know, it's, what are you going to do? You can't get out. I have 38 computers at one location to pick up and 2 pallets at another, and it's too cold. It's not safe for the people who work there. It's not safe for my sellers, and it's not safe for me. I just cannot tolerate this weather. Me and a lot of other people. So, always have something to work on, I guess, is my point. The power supplies were a really good thing to work on over the past couple days. I'm really getting down to the bare bones of what's left here. I have some switches. This is probably a Netgear. I don't think it's a Cisco, but I won't know till I open it. Assembled in Mexico. So I have that. I have some internet boxes and some things. These are usually good for a telecom board. And, you know, they've been sitting around taking up space. So I thought maybe we could explore a few of those today and see what's in there. So, let's go. Just getting myself comfortable here. I'm not too far from the heater. Hope the weather's a little warmer wherever you guys are watching from. I watched E-Waste Mike freeze his took us off yesterday, out in his garage. I moved a lot of stuff inside. I do have it all stored outside. I don't like to keep the computer stuff in the house. Me working in the house like this is actually unusual too. It's just too cold. I can't even get down in the basement. It's too cold. I hate to complain. I'll stop. I'm sorry. I know. Dee, you need to move. That's not an option for me. My family's here. And my music school is here. My friends are here. I absolutely love my two neighbors on either side of me. I can't just up and move. But, you know, it's a couple of months out of the year. And if I stay inside in front of the heater for 2 months a year, well, that's too bad. All right. Let's get at this. I'm looking for my long-handled screwdriver. And of course the gremlins have been at it again. Just kidding. You'll need a garbage bag. There's a lot of just rubbish on these things. These are all outside in a big garbage can with a cover on them, so they don't really get ruined, and I don't really have to worry about them being in the house. Again, it gives me something to be able to do in just this kind of emergency. I've gone through all the power supplies. They're all pulled apart, and I don't really have any more of them right now. My usual go-to procedure is to get the computers in, get them apart, get the boards out, put it all to the side, and get the metal out of the house. I just don't want the mess. I'm back and forth about a shop. I'm back and forth about a lot of things. I'm at a point in my life that there's a lot of change going on, and I don't want to commit to anything long term. It probably slides off of here. This is an 8-port switch. I got these two off. Why does this always happen when I'm on camera? You take 1,000,001 things apart, and the day that you go on camera, well, they don't want to come apart so easily. That's okay. I have plenty more where that came from. Desktop Ethernet switch. Usually good for some gold recovery, and with a little luck I can get this apart. I do have trouble with my hands, which is one reason I don't like the cold weather. ZYXEL. Zycel. I'm not really big for a lot of narrative, but that's one thing if you do YouTube. You know, you have to be prepared to speak quite a bit. Now, it's a nice board. This one was nice enough to come apart easy. This is just plastic rubbish. But I don't sit here and fight with things on camera. If I can't get it apart, I'm not going to waste your time watching me struggle with it. I'm going to put it aside and grab something else. So this will be probably telecom I'm gonna go low grade. There's nothing really on the back. You do have some nice chips, and I think that could go as a telecom low without any problem whatsoever. Put that one aside. That goes there. Rubbish goes there. There was another one of these oddball things. I don't really know what it is. I've never heard of it. I get these things in by the boxes. I'm still in the process of finalizing the purchase of my mom's house, which is why I'm really in the quandary I'm in. I don't know if I'm going to put a garage on. I don't know if I'm going to open another shop. There's so many pieces flying around right now that if I do anything, I could easily make a mistake. So we're going to let everything level out. Let the weather settle in, let me get my feet under me, and decide what I want to do. I do have the music studio, but I've got 2 years left on the lease with that whole thing. And that actually is going pretty well. My intention with the rental business was always for it to be passive income for me when I retire. And I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing the kids. We have the lessons going on. And really most of my clients have now been with me 5, 6, 7 years. I can go to the side till I figure it out. Ooh, I see copper in this one. This is probably a modem, I think. It's pretty heavy, it's chunky. WYSE. Alright, let's see what you got. What you got. Got a screw here. This feels chunky. I'm betting there's a heat sink or stuff. I see some copper through here. And that would be nice. I don't really like to go to the yard when it's cold like this. I really feel sorry for the guys who are working in it. There's one heated building, but it's still cold. You know, you open the garage and the air goes through. There's really nothing that's that pressing that I would ever want to ask anybody to assist me. Too cold. So, you know what? It'll wait. It'll keep another week. This cold weather will hopefully be behind us. They said maybe Saturday it'll start getting up into the 40s. Something I did thinking I was going to be clever, was I loaded my pickup truck with all of my shred and light iron. It's all in nice, neat bins, ready to just be slid off and dumped and weighed. But it snowed. And it snowed hard. And everything is now frozen to the bed of the truck. So, it's going to have to wait. I'm not in any kind of situation where I have to do it right now. Yes, I'd like the mess out of here, but sometimes you just have to come up with a second battle plan. I'm gonna put that aside for the moment. I do suffer with rheumatoid arthritis and my hands are not always the best. So if I put something aside rather than fight with it, it's easier for me. I can go down to the basement. I can put these things into a vise and I can hammer the covers off. But I don't have to do that right this second. It's not that important. Snip. I also do have a good size garbage can of insulated copper wire. You have to find out from your yard what they'll do. I just tend to group it all the same. Like I have all the appliance cords. They don't make me take the plug-ins off. Some yards do. So I have this in garbage can number 1. I have the spaghetti wire from the computers, which is extremely low grade, in another bin. And we'll just take that and cash it all in at once. These are probably brass. That's probably stainless. And this one looks like it's going to be relatively easy to work with. Again, these usually will surprise you. There's usually a decent telecom board in there. I'm hoping to get a load ready to ship out today. I tend to ship a lot. I usually ship every 2 to 3 days if I have enough quality material to warrant it. Over the spring, I am going to investigate several other yards that are a little bit closer. There's no way around the fact that shipping is not cost effective. We all know that. But we're lucky to have it. I mean, I'm very grateful that there's a company like BoardSort where you can ship your high-grade materials to, and they pay very well. They're very, very fair. It almost offsets the shipping cost. There is another yard here close by that buys e-waste recycling and the likes, but they pay half the price. So even with the shipping, I'm going to get more bang for my buck sending it to BoardSort. I do know of another yard that's in New York. I'm actually very centrally located in Fairfield County, Connecticut. And there looks to be a couple of other qualified recycling yards not too far from me. I think it said about, the GPS said it's about an hour. And I'm definitely going to investigate that. I did have a local yard that I was working with. I trained them. I sold them my website address. And I am now persona non grata in that yard. Basically because they shorted me. I bitched and they didn't like it. Well, don't short me, then I won't bitch. You know, I work very hard for my money. This is not easy work. You have to sort it, you have to keep ahead with it. This is not a place for the faint of heart. Now, anyway. These may have nuts on the other side. Audio video RF modulator. This looks like this cover should slide right off of here. No extra charge for the music. It's not copyrighted. I made it up. Make sure you're wearing safety goggles when you're popping these covers off. They usually are plastic. Sometimes it's a bit flimsy. And I don't want to get that in your eyes. Okay, got that? Watch it make a liar out of me and be absolute rubbish inside. Yeah, well, it wasn't copper. It was a crummy old power board. Wah, wah, wah. Well, that was disappointing. Ay, ay, ay. Right into the shred this guy goes. There's really nothing that's even worth taking off of it. Wah, wah, wah. There's a little bit of brass here. Hoorah, hooray, wah, wah. Consolation prize, eh? And a piece of steel. That was disappointing. And cross that one off the list. I was so excited. I thought it was going to be copper. I'm going to stop guessing because I just wind up embarrassing myself. What? What? I gotta get these guys off. Or not. I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to toss the whole thing into shred. It's really not any great value here to be gained or lost. Sometimes just not worth it. Alright, what I'm going to do is put that aside. I'll go after. I guess I'll take the brass out of it later. Smashing this with a hammer will be very refreshing. What? D-Link. This brand's been around since I got my first computer. D-Link. It's probably a, what do you call that, a router? Wireless router? Multi-tech modem. Now, this thing is older than dirt. I'm not going to guess. If I was going to guess what's inside, and I honestly, I have no idea what's in here. The older the better. I'll bet you I'll find some nice vintage chips and such in here. Look at that. That's worth the effort, for sure. That's a beautiful board. Very nice. Removable chip. AT&T. So that's a telecom board all day, every day. I'm not even going to take anything off of it. Nothing really on the back. You could take this off. I'm going to opt not to because I want to put it in with high-grade telecom. If I take this, and if I were to take this off and I was buying this board for me, just because there's nothing back here and there's a bit of rubbish here, and this was not here, I would not be happy. I would downgrade it to a low grade. So I think I can either go high grade and leave it alone, not touch it, or I can take that off and go low grade. Decisions. I think I'm going to take that off and I'm going to go low grade telecom. There's plenty of value here for the buyer, but I am not going to try to put that into high grade because I nipped something off of it. That would be stealing. Old Scrappy D does not steal. I think the other part of it too is I already know I have a load of low grade board, telecom low going already. So I'm not really going to hurt myself by nipping that chip. As long as I keep that in low grade, I think I'll be okay. These, I think they pay something like $8 or $9 a pound for the removable chips. So that can go elsewhere. I have another one. This is why I put the ones that cause me difficulty off to the side, because I don't want to waste anybody's time fighting with stuff on camera. Some of this crap is so cheap that it's not worth sitting here fighting with. Take a hammer to it and just knock the plastic off it and get what you can out of it. And I'm not gonna do that in the house. I'm gonna do that outside. I have a big patio, which I love being on. I love being outside. I love the summer. I love the warm weather. I love being outdoors in general. So a lot of the stuff that requires breakage or hammerage or drillage or cuttage, I just will deal with in the warmer weather. Okay, I already know what's in here. I already know what I'm going to do with it. I've made that decision. Sometimes I do change my mind here and again. I can't help it. It's just me. I'm going to take that off. It's a removable chip, and I'm going to go low-grade telecom on this board. There's nothing on the back, but there certainly is very, very good value for the buyer. And I have a load of those going already, so why not? I think I have one more like that. There's another one. Again, I'm hoping to at least get a load of stuff out today. If I can get to UPS. It's cold. I'm sorry, I shouldn't complain so much. I just don't like being cold. I'm sorry. My poor nephew, he works for the town at the water pollution prevention plant. God, poor fella, he's out at 5 o'clock in the morning in this cold. I feel so bad for him. I feel sorry for the rubbish collectors. I feel sorry for anybody who's got to be out, postal workers. I really feel sorry for anybody who has to be out in this, and I thank you all for your service being out there so the rest of us can lead normal lives. Postal employees, utility people. Okay, we already talked about what we're going to do there. Getting there. Cablevision Internet. I think we just did one of these. Well, at least there'll be enough interesting things here to put up a half an hour or so video. I don't like to babble just for the sense of babbling. I find that annoying. But again, when you're doing these videos, you have to engage with whoever's being nice enough to watch you. And please do like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And I'd like to power up some likes and subscriptions. Why can't they all be that easy? And again, low-grade telecom, I'm not going to take anything off this board because then there really is nothing there. Oh, let's see if we can find one more. And again, I'm really just trying to get enough weight to ship a box. Try to get out this afternoon when it's warmer. I'm going to eventually have to go out and get some food. I have milk, I have eggs, I have bread, I have peanut butter, I have jelly, I have cans of broth, I have rice, and I have frozen vegetables. So I can certainly make myself some soup. I can make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I can make myself French toast, which I really like. That's starting to sound like a good choice for this morning. I'm out of hot chocolate, though. That's not good. Again, telecom low. And really right now, as I've started going through some of this, I'm really just trying to get a box full of low-grade telecom. I feel like I'm digging into Santa's sack. Okay, let's see what's in here. This should be interesting. Ooh, look at that. Gold pins and metal box. What's in the box? This is a data transfer switch. Now my guess is going to be some kind of telecom board. Telecommunications equipment, telecom. Telecom, tell a friend, tell the world. I don't like to use the drill because it makes noise and then I can't talk. I'm starting to get a lot more comfortable with the whole video thing. We do want to put in a Zoom room and do other things. Well, that sucked. Well, so it's almost, it's almost funny. Laugh or cry. On a good note, this is spaghetti wire. This is what I always tell you guys goes into just low-grade rubbish. Oh my God. Ay, ay, ay. Not even gonna bother with it. I'm gonna play a new game. I'm gonna let you guess what's inside. That was depressing. Main internet switch. Main internet switch. I don't know. I guess low-grade telecom, but after that last thing that I just took apart. Man, that was terrible. Yeah, this one wants to be a pain in the keister to take apart. Another day, another time. Cable box, Eris. I'll check that to see if it's stainless steel or brass. Probably stainless. It's kind of heavy. It was really, like I said, laugh or cry, right? What are you gonna do? This will be the last one I do on this video. If I post another video later, I'll do it on some switches. Again, it just depends on the weather and if I can actually get out. I'd like to get out. I'm getting a little stir crazy being around the house. I love the house. I've been doing a lot of painting and doing a lot of work, but I'm going to try to get out to the music school this afternoon. I don't have to teach, but I would like to make an appearance just so they all know I still love them. I do have some repair orders. Got an electric guitar on the bench I've got to fix the pickup on, and I've got a couple of violins here that need new strings, and a couple of other odds and ends. I usually wind up giving the customer a loaner instrument so that I don't have to worry about a time frame, and I know the student won't be without Is, you know, you never know when something like this weather's going to come up, or somebody's not going to be well, or school will be closed, or you can't get the parts you need to fix things. So we just do a, if they rented it for me, I just swap them. If it's an outside repair, I just loan them something to use till I can get their instrument fixed. Sometimes some of these instruments require specialty tools, and I'm not set up for that anymore. I leave that to others. Push. The problem with these more comes from my hands not having the strength that I need than them really being difficult to take apart. They're really not. It's just my hands are not always the best. Okay. All right, that's going to need a hammer and a screwdriver, so we'll finish that fellow up off camera. This is a switch. Let's see what's in here. I think this will probably be the last one for the video. I thought I'd just show you some of these. Take a look of what and what is not inside. That was pretty funny with that transfer switch. That was actually really funny. I don't get aggravated. I just laugh at things. You just never know why things happen or what they're going to be. It's kind of like a mystery game. You ever play Let's Make a Deal? I'll take box number 1, box number 2, box number 3. And again, the ones that I'm putting aside, they really need to be smashed with a hammer to get open, and I don't want to do that in the kitchen, so that's why I put them aside. Not because I'm being lazy, just I don't want the mess in the kitchen. Okay. So here, oh, this is a Lenovo. You know, I'm not going to get all excited about this anymore. Having embarrassed myself twice on camera today already. I think it's funny, so if nothing else, it lets you guys know what's not worth keeping, right? I mean, some of that stuff was rubbish. My thought would be, as you go through these or look through other people's videos, or start doing this on your own, you're certainly going to know what's worth saving and what's worth just tossing into the shred pile. There's always another opinion on how to do things. And the only one that matters is yours. That is a very well built unit. That is not made to come apart. Wow. It's very heavy. It's chunky. That is a very solid looking unit. Again, I don't think it's intended to be taken apart. Wow. Lenovo actually makes some pretty good high-end stuff. I'm pretty impressed with some of their computers, even some of their small form computers and things like that are really very solid. This is this unit has some weight to it. I'm not going to get all excited about it, though. I know it's happened twice today already. You'll find this with hard drives too. You have to pull the labels back to get it, the additional screws. And they do that for security and also to warranty. You know, now that that's removed, if this was a new unit, the warranty would be voided out. They do that with hard drives too. They're not meant to just be taken apart randomly or easily. Nothing about it is easy. But this is a heavy feeling piece of equipment as opposed to some of this other rubbish that I just put aside. Okay, let's see. I don't see any more stickers. Stuck together with Band-Aids. It's a security thing, you know. Right. Yeah, there's your weight. A little bit of copper. Let's see what's in there before I say anything else and embarrass myself any further. That's right, I didn't really mind. It's like I said, it gives you guys a chance to see what's worth saving and what's worth chucking. A lot of this stuff I've had it and I haven't really had a chance to go through it. And as I said, some of it is just really absolutely rubbish. I wouldn't even bother with it. But I'll do it so you don't have to. I think there's only one or two more screws here. Bear with me. This came from a Lenovo ThinkStation. Plastic. That's going to be steel. 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 Two parts here. Peripheral low, I think. A little bit of gold. Some chips. Yeah, peripheral low. I don't think I could get away with throwing that into telecom. There's just not enough value there for a buyer. I would put it, if it had a good chip or two on it, yeah, I would do that, but that would be rocking the boat. So peripheral low for me. I'd rather go lower than higher. That's just the way I am. Little copper. Copper. And yeah, it's about as, that just is going to go with my low grade boards. It's just garbage. A little bit of gold on there, I mean, but nothing to write home about. Yeah, I don't think I can get this off. Again, this is just going to go in with my low grade boards. There's just nothing on it. Okay, well, that's that. Okay, let me just take one more peek to see if there's anything in the box. And it's just a rubbishy D-link. There's not going to be much in there. I think I'm going to end the video there. I'll probably do another video when I can go outside and smash all the plastic off these, and then I'll show you what's inside. I don't really like smashing things in the kitchen. So, I'm sorry the video wasn't exciting, but it just, you know, it's kind of like reruns. And this is just stuff I didn't think was worth bothering with. Okay, well, stay warm, stay wonderful. Above all, stay safe. Thanks for taking the time to watch. And if I find anything of interest or can make another video, I will. Like I said, we're just down to the bottom of the barrel. I might do a video on some switches. I have to go down and see what's in the stockpile. And we'll see what's down there. I don't want to make a video just for garbage. I'm just trying to keep content up. Good content. I don't really want to, you know, just do rubbish that gets on my nerves. And I don't want to get on anybody's nerves. Alright. So, switches, routers, and assorted other miscellaneous small electronics. That'll be a good title for the video. Alright, take care. God bless. Stay wonderful.